time. How do you balance? I mean, ideally, is it you'd like to see 2 or 3 step up, or 6 is a good number?
6 is a good number, but obviously you don't have enough carries to go around for 6 guys. But you know, we've been very fortunate to have some guys develop and have some time, and now we got a good group. But again, they got to compete. And we're looking for every one of them to be ready and be challenging for that starting spot, because over the course of the season, again, they take a lot of wear and tear on their body. And in any given play, they could go down, and you got to have somebody come in and back up.
Tell me some of the differences between some of the things like Wayne Gallman versus TigerNet. They provide some different things for you.
Right. Well, the thing with Wayne right now is he's a guy that hasn't played running back as long as the rest of the guys. He was a guy in high school that played a lot of outside linebacker, and he also played in a system that was untraditional when he came from the wing tee. So his upside is probably bigger than the rest of the guys. So he's really learning how to play. And for a big guy, he's got tremendous quickness. His vision is starting to improve, and his body's starting to truly develop. So he's going to have that complete combination of size, speed, and power. You know, Tyshawn is now healthy, but he's not quite back yet. He's got to continue to work his body. It's been a year and a half, but you're starting to see that explosiveness and that power and them soft hands out of the backfield. And it was good to see Davison get back out there. He was down a little bit early in the spring with his growing situation. And then you got C.J. Fuller. Again, C.J. Fuller's been impressive, and he's a complete player, complete back. I mean, he's not there yet. But he's showing that he can function in every situation. It's just a matter of, you know, bridging the gap and learning the system and being able to go out and actually execute at the level that's required. And then again, choices. He showed flashes as a freshman, but he's not going through spring. And Brooks is coming back from that foot and just building that confidence back. And you know, he was a guy that when we first got here, we went out and recruited to be that dual threat guy, effective out of the backfield, and then also good enough to run between the tackles.
What did you see good out of the scrimmage today, and what did you see that wasn't so good?
Well, you know, the tough thing about a scrimmage is all the coaches get off the field, and now they got to function on their own, and it's going fast, and the defense is getting after them, and they're going against one of the best defenses in the country. You know, some of the good things is we made some plays. It's good to see Jordan Leggett make some plays. He's a guy that we're really counting on. Obviously, we were able to do some things in the red zone where that was an area where we got to improve from last year. But overall, just some areas where we had plays there that we didn't make. That's the biggest thing. Is just that total execution is probably the thing that we need to work on the most. But they competed. You know, there was some ups and downs. We'd like to see the tempo be a little bit more consistent, and just that consistent execution throughout the entire scrimmage.
What quarterbacks stand out in the 3 particularly?
Well, you know, the freshmen, it was the first time for them in the Valley, everybody off the field, and things started moving fast. And for the most part, they did a pretty good job, but obviously there's a lot of things that we're asking them to do. You know, we're continuing to add a couple things, you know, at a good pace, but at the end of the day, it was their first opportunity. And once we get a chance to look at the film, we'll be better able to evaluate them. And you know, Nick made some good things, did some good things, but then he also had some areas where he could have managed the offense a little bit better, but it's a learning opportunity for him as well.
Any guys take a step forward today?
You know, just it's going to be hard to tell until I look at the film, but just, you know, off the top of my head, it was good to see Leggett make some plays. You know, he's a guy that we're counting on in this offense. You know, that guy is pivotal to be able to be an effective blocker, to get the running game started, but then also be that effective pass receiver out of the backfield. So I thought, just right off the top of my head, he did some good things. It was good to see C.J. Fuller. You know, he hit a couple of runs. You know, Tyshawn, you know, had a few good plays, but then again, they all got areas where they need to improve.
How about the offensive line, in particular the young guys? I know Dabo said this was a day you guys really want to see how they were going to do.
Oh yeah, and again, it's a situation where none of the coaches are on the field. They got to make calls on their own. The defense is stemming around. They're bringing seems like pressure from everywhere. So they did some good things, but then they also had an opportunity to see that this is the importance of complete communication across the board at all levels. You know, when you're talking about the quarterback, the backs, and the offensive line and protection, athletically, you know, it's not a question on those guys. It's just, you know, how quickly do they bridge that gap in the learning curve.
Did any of those guys stand out to you from what you could see from the sideline? Did any of them stand out to you?
You know, obviously Mitch. You know, Mitch is a guy that your comfort level continues to grow with, but he's still got some areas to improve. And you know, the tough thing being down on the sideline and trying to stay a play ahead. You know, it's a little bit tough to actually see, because once you see the result of the play, you're looking down to try and get the next one in. So you know, once I have a chance to look at the film, I'll be able to answer that question better.
Can you give us kind of the good and the bad on both Kelly and Tucker?
You know, obviously for Tucker, you know, he's been in a system where he's had to throw the ball and not been asked to make as many plays with his legs. And so, you know, that's the area where he's capable. He just has to develop that confidence and get more practice at, you know, the reads and understanding what we're asking him to do from a zone read perspective. And then again, he just got to continue to have that confidence to be able to make the throws and drive the ball in there. And again, a lot of that is he's managing a lot of things at the quarterback position, because in this offense, to go fast, everybody's got to absorb a lot of responsibility. You can't sit. It's not like an NFL system where you tell everybody what to do on every single play. They got a lot of memorization, a lot of things that they got to do. And then Kelly athletically, like I told you before, can make some plays with his legs, and he's just continuing to develop as a passer. So they're kind of, the one weakness that one has, the other has a strength, but that's where we're pushing them to continue to build their strengths, but then just build upon those weaknesses too.
Leggett's always been a guy ever since he arrived. The man's talent has been obvious.
Right.
But he's also seemed to be a guy who's kind of needed a push to get to the next level. How do you intend to kind of get him to that?
Well, for him, just the attrition. Guys leaving the program, and now it's his opportunity. And then we've had some guys that are out for the spring in Greenlee, and then also in second, just so he has to step up and be a leader. So now he's not just a leader in his room; he's a leader on his football team. And so that has created a sense of urgency for him to go out and to lead and to perform and to consistently perform day in and day out. So a lot of it is just now it's his opportunity, and then continuing to show him improve on film, and then also giving him opportunities to make plays. And when he makes those plays, his confidence continues to grow.
Because he could be